welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me. Sorry, someone's doing their makeup in the mirror. It's just making me laugh, making me feel self-conscious. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining us. If it's your first time, I hope you enjoy what you see, and if you do enjoy what you see, do like and subscribe up there. Have a browse through the videos. There's plenty of other videos. It's not all just asana. I do practices, I do breath work, I do ramblings about our perceptions of life. And if you enjoy the ramblings of perceptions of life, I've got a couple of school communities as well, which is educational as well as community based. Chill the beep out is one of them, which is open to anybody, and I've got the free man as well community, which is a men only community, which is growing quite nicely at the minute, so I'm quite excited about what's to come with that. We explore male archetypes and, you know, holistic health and well-being in general. But yeah, today we are sticking with the asana, and we will, those links will be in the description below, by the way. We're sticking with today, today we are sticking with asana. And today we are going to do hero's pose, okay? Bit of a back bend, depending on how far you go, but mainly getting into those quads, okay? We're opening up the quads, we're going to get a little bit of compression into the back. So that's what we're going. I'm just thinking the best way to do it. I'm going to start this way to start off with. So, kneeling to start off with. You know, I know that a lot of people would be going, I can't do that, straight away. It's not a problem. Loads of options here. I mean, yeah, you can put a bolster underneath the bum for starters. And if that's not enough, you can put, for example, a block under or over the bolster. You can go as high as you need to. What we're after, at my feet here, they're pointing straight back. So we're not after this, okay, because that's putting so much torque and pressure onto the knees. It's not going to do you any favours. So we're after getting the toes pointing back. If you're starting and you're sitting on 3 bolsters and you've got a good stretch across the top of the foot into the shin, then that's where you need to be. You need to sit there and you need to let that open up. You need to keep releasing. All the time that you're feeling a stretch, you've got muscle to lengthen into. So feeling that stretch is a good thing. So even if you feel silly, self-conscious, whatever it is, make yourself a tower, sit in this position. You can read books, you can watch TV, you can have conversations, you can do it. Just open up those, the front of the foot, top of the foot, up into the shin. Create space around the knees, okay? Everything's in the doing. If you're not doing, you're going to tense up and tighten up, and you're just going to get stuck. We're trying to release that stuckness. So maybe this is where you go for your hero's pose. Maybe you can feel it in the quads here. Maybe it's tough on the knees. Maybe it's tough on the ankles. Maybe this is where you need to be. Stay with it. Stay with it. Consistency changes everything. In everything that you do. Again, you're there, you go down gradually from the block, remove the block, down to bolster, remove the bolsters, change it for a block, remove the block, go to a brick, you know what I mean, the other way around, the thinner one. And then eventually, you see from this angle, my bum is on the floor between my feet. My feet are still pointing back. You might turn the calves out there to create a little bit of extra space. Keeping the knees relatively close together, hip distance if pan, I mean together if they can, but realistically, minor hip distance. Toes still pointing back. So it may have taken you 3 or 4 months, longer maybe, but through consistent practice, you will do it, if you haven't got the skeletal lock. If you feel a stretch, you'll open it up. If you don't feel a stretch, there's probably something else going on. So don't force it. Yeah, so then we're going to play around. Once we've got this position sorted, we're going to play around taking the hands back. Okay, I tend to teach with the fingers pointing back and the arms straight, and then we can just kind of start to shuffle the hands back. Okay, Go to what's available. Again, maybe here is enough. This just gives you, it kind of locks you out in the arms here, so you're not kind of straining or stressing. Some people do this and it's a lot of effort and you're holding. If you just do that, you kind of just lock out into the arms. There's no pressure through there. A little bit of weight into the knuckles, like your downward dog. Description up there. Downward dog. A little bit of pressure through the knuckles, so you're not dumping all the weight into the wrists, okay? Then you can continue walking back. You might get to a point where it gets a bit silly and you go, oh, actually, it's time to drop to the elbows. This is probably when you're going to need to lift the hips and tuck the hips through, so the bum goes back down to the floor. Yeah, and you can maybe hang out here on your elbows. Option here to drop the head back. And then when you're ready, again, there's no rush coming into these. Excuse my furry belly, it's tucked that away. You might find that you're down here. Okay, the further back you go, the more compression into the lower back. So really be mindful of that. But also lifting the hips and tucking the pelvis through is a nice release of that pressure into the lower back. Not saying it won't be there, but it creates a bit more space. When you're here, it's an option then to take the arms up overhead, maybe folding, you know, the arms up overhead, maybe stretching the arms out overhead, whatever feels good. Okay? Again, I do have freakishly open quads. So you can press into the elbows here, coming back up on your way out. You can come back up onto your hands. There are deeper variations. You can get a block underneath the bum. Again, then just release. You won't feel it as intense here, but as you start to come back down, it turns more into a back bend. You do start to feel it a little bit into the quads. Again, option, arms up overhead. If you're doing yin variations, there is that which you only get in activating one quad at a time, but bringing the opposite knee up does activate into that other quad as well, a little bit deeper, and then you can swap sides to release. Okay? So from here, you press into the elbows, get them underneath, and then lift up. Okay? But really try and avoid those knees, those feet turning out. Oh, I mean, I can't even do that because it's just torture. But I see so many people doing it because they haven't got the ankle flexibility. They can't point and flex the foot. So they turn it out to the side. You're putting so much pressure on your knees. Please, please, please avoid doing that. You're going to do yourself some damage in your knees. I mean, knees are good. Knees are good, knees are good. Sorry, what a dad joke that was. Yeah, so just grow into it gradually, all right? Grow into it gradually. Use the props. Open up that muscle across the top of the foot, top of the ankle, into the shin. Open up that area. Open up the knees. Get that used to gradually going down into the pose. So we're not just dropping the first time you do it. I don't want you to just go, right, I'm there, boom, and that's it, because you're going to do yourself an injury, right? I've been doing this for years. I've been warming up, etc., etc. So take your time. There's no rush. This is beginners and improvers. But get the form right, open the body up correctly, and it will all flow into place from there. Consistency. Again, if you're not feeling a stretch, then you might have a skeletal noggle. Okay? You can still do, for example, if you're up on your bolster and you do have that, you know, maybe your ankles don't open up any more than that. It's perfectly viable, perfectly normal. There's loads of people. So maybe you can still come back from here, as an example. Option to take the head back. If it's too claustrophobic, bring the chin to chest. But what I would say with the chin to chest, if you do find it a struggle taking the head back, then what I would say is just take it back, just for a breath, and then bring it back. Hold for a few breaths, and then take it back, just for a breath, and then bring it back for a few breaths. So just beginning to open up the throat, beginning to become familiar with the unfamiliar, and finding a little bit of comfort in that discomfort. Okay? Comfort zones are our precious little safety bubbles, are things that we need to start pushing if we want growth, that is. If you don't want growth and you're perfectly happy where you are, then just stay where you are. But if you want growth, if you want development, if you want change in your life, then just gently pushing the edge of those bubbles opens up. You get familiar at the edge of the bubble, at the edge of your comfort zone. You start to feel comfortable and familiar in the unfamiliar. And then when you start to feel comfortable there, you notice that your comfort zone, the edge of your bubble, has moved. And then you can step into that and start to feel uncomfortable again and then grow. And that's where the magic happens. All right? Went a little bit off piece there, but there you go. It's part of it. Philosophy as well, isn't it? So, yeah. Hope you enjoyed the video. Much appreciation for your time. Much gratitude for you. See you in the next video.